Hi, welcome to Cherie's weight loss journey. Um, I had been resting all day. I don't know why, because I haven't been doing anything strenuous, right? I didn't do anything strenuous all week, right? But for whatever reason, you know, there was this nagging, right? I don't know if somebody is trying to throw, the gluttonous, lazy, spirit onto me, but I rebuke that and I'm sending it back to the sender tenfold. Yes. Uh, so I look up and I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm a day behind because on Thursdays I got to put the trash out so that when the trash comes early on Friday, it gets picked up, right? So I don't have any calendars. That could be part of my problem, is that I don't have calendars. If I have a calendar, I could feel better about seeing, the dates at a glance. So I look at my watch, my smartwatch, and I see, oh my gosh, it's Thursday, right? For whatever reason, I was hung up that today was Wednesday, right? So once I got it in my head that I had to put the trash out, all I needed was just a whiff of fresh air. And that whiff of fresh air, allowed me to say, oh, find out what time the laundromat closes. If you have enough time, such as an hour and a half, to 2 hours, you can at least go and do your laundry, and then you won't have to do it tomorrow, right? So, that's what I'm out here doing. I'm out here, washing my clothes. I have 2 loads of clothes, and I brought it to the Tide laundromat so I won't have to worry about bleach, detergent, fabric sheets, none of that, right? I'm so glad I have this in my community. I do have laundry detergent at the house. However, I'm keeping that on hand, right? This place is so easy when you just want to throw your dirty clothes in the basket and just get them washed. It costs $5.25 for the small laundry machines to wash the whites with bleach. So I did that, and then my colors, I didn't add any bleach, right? And then you got your selection of whether or not you want to use Tide or Gain. You have your selection. And then as far as fabric softeners, it's Tide, Gain, or Downy. And I'm like, this is so great, right? So it cost me $10, to wash 2 loads of colors and whites. Okay? So now while my clothes are being washed, you know, I'm getting a few more steps in. Just to get out and about. And I'm telling you, because it gets dark so early, right? It feels later than it actually is. Because right now, it's only 8:30, 8:38, okay? But it feels later. And because it feels later, my mind, starts to feel like, I should be, waiting on tomorrow. And I don't need to keep waiting for tomorrow, especially when I haven't accomplished anything. Especially after, I did, my rant about, making each day better than yesterday, right? So I kind of felt like, I have to be a person who says what they mean and mean what they say, right? Lest, they might think I'm a liar. And I'm not a liar, right? I mean, Shirley, are you over there? No. But we could have days off if we want to take days off. That's the one thing I love about not being in a relationship and being solo dolo. I'm on my own time, right? I don't have to worry about being on other people's time. I don't have to negotiate activities and, what we're going to eat, and I'm loving that. I spent, half of my life, being a mother. My children are 14 years apart. So, stop it. Come around here. I mean, she's been so damn frisky that she just really upset me. So yeah. Getting back to what I was talking about. Oh yeah, being independent and doing things on my own and having spent so much time being a parent, and that was another one of my mental barriers that, I also had to overcome was, oh my gosh, I'm an empty nester, after 30 years, right? And sure, you can be an empty nester after 20 years, right? But I'm going to tell you, that extra decade added onto my responsibilities, it really took a toll as far as me not being able to know who I am, okay? And a lot of women will tell you, initially there's a sense of loss, and then second, we start to feel like we don't have a purpose because our purpose had been being a parent, even if we didn't have a husband, right? And I'm going to tell you, as a woman, whether the husband is there or not, I feel like my primary care goes to the children. And I love to be able to teach them in a way that they don't even realize they're being taught lessons. And then they'll have, learn things in a practical, imperialistic way. And I think that's my forte, right? And, I don't take credit for the things that my children achieve or what they can do, because I know, even though I helped them get the skills, it's their choice as to whether or not they do it or not. Oh, wow. I didn't know that haircuts have went up to $30 for men, I guess. A barber haircut. $30. Wow. Last time I knew about barber haircuts, they were $10. But I don't have sons, so yeah. And then this allowed me also to put a video out there, because what really prompted me was I was watching a video and this guy began talking about how people will have these New Year resolutions that they break before the 10th of the year, right? And I'm like, maybe I am one of those people too. Here it is, the second day, and I'm already becoming lazy. Hop up there, baby. Right? And I'm in a bad mood about it. Yes, I am. I'm in a bad mood because I'm trying to break my New Year's resolution of making every new day better than the previous day, right? And even if it isn't a lie, it does appear hypocritical. And that's not me. That is not me at all. Oh my goodness, pennies from heaven. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 pennies from heaven. I'll take them. Okay, sit back. Get back. Come on. Get back there. Get back there. So yeah. So just doing this has already made me feel better. And even though I know my walk barely put 1,000 steps on my smartwatch, but that 1,000, is better than not having done that 1,000. Now, I could still go home and go walk on the treadmill if I feel inspired to. Okay? But I'll be honest, the main thing that I was thinking about was trying to figure out, what else I can eat. Because I was bored. I was bored and feeling not, lethargic, lazy, right? And a lot of times when I'm feeling, lethargic and bored, I will associate that with the same feeling as needing energy, right? So yeah, it can be very confusing. I did my morning routine today as far as washing my face, exfoliating, right? I used the toner this time. I also used, the sunscreen, right? Because you should use the sunscreen even when you're in the house, because ultraviolet rays can penetrate through your house. I was watching one of my other favorite, vloggers, and she's getting ready to go into some cold weather traveling. But she was talking about how, she found out about this company called, I think it's KP Sun. And KP Sun, they have like sunblock in their clothing. And that, she got 2 items. She had got like a nice colorful shirt, and then she had got this zip up. And I was like, oh, I want that zip up that she had got, right? Because, yeah, often we don't know when we need protection. So if it can go through a house, it can go through a car, it can go through a window, it just, radiation can go through just about anything. For real. So I'm going to have to look up that website to see if they have some specials going on. I don't remember if she said that she has a discount code. She just said, if anybody's interested, she'll, list them in her description below. But, typically, we don't think about wearing sunblock when we're in the house. We only really think about wearing sunblock when we leave the house. And sometimes we don't even think about it then. I'm going to have to make another commitment, even though I'm making a commitment to, incorporate, an exfoliating and facial cleansing, where I'm cleaning my face and exfoliating my face morning and night. You know, I'm also trying to do the teeth whitener morning and night. I'm also trying to do the cuticle moisturizing, you know, morning and night. Um, and I'm not used to it. And just incorporating that, makes me feel like my mind gets preoccupied, you know, with, telling myself, don't forget to do this, don't forget to do this, right? Which gets back to, well, why aren't you, you know, buying these calendars? Why aren't you even creating calendars where, you can just check off that you did it, you know? And I'm like, I don't know. You're just sitting there. You're just sitting there. You have access to the phone. You have access to calendars. You have access, but are you doing it? Right? Um, I have an online journal, and it was weird because yesterday, you know, I made an entry into my journal, and I realized that I hadn't made an entry into my journal since Christmas. And I'm like, wow, um, that's a big gap, right? So I should be entering into my journal at least once a day and doing it at night, right? At night when, you know, I'm going to acknowledge to myself that, yeah, I had a thought about doing this and that, and I didn't do it, and why I didn't do it, right? Because I did want to do some painting, but because it felt so cold, it was hard for me to move. And I was like, yeah, and the paint is going to be, too thick. You really shouldn't do, painting. You can get away with doing, painting if the temperature is about 50. But I think if you try to do painting and the temperatures are below 50 or too close to feeling cold, you might not want to do that. You know, the paint will be thicker. It won't dry as fast. And the same reasoning will also apply, except in reverse. If the temperatures are too hot, then the paint would be, it's just how it is. That's just how it is. Um, Let me go put my clothes in the dryer. Hold on. Okay. It should only take about 10 minutes for the clothes to dry. Sit back, baby. Come on. Come on. Okay. Um, I already feel good. I already feel good. I feel good because, you know, I did something that needed to be done. Okay? Um, and even though, it kind of was whimsical the way that I was doing it, it wasn't like wholly planned out, it's like that, hold on. And then here's another thing, right? Once I had taken off the eyelashes, it felt like I still had glue, on my eyelids. And I'm not used to seeing myself without the eyelashes just that fast. right? Because a part of me wanted to put on eyelashes, and I'm like, you just going to the laundromat. What the hell? Right? So here I am experiencing, the perfectionist uh, thoughts, right? The doubt, right? And then the rebelliousness was also tugging at me that said, oh, there's always tomorrow. You can wash your clothes tomorrow. You haven't really planned out tomorrow. You can do it tomorrow. You know, and the doubt that I had struggled with was, oh, what if I don't have enough time to wash my clothes? And it was like, well, why don't you just look up, you know, the Tide Laundromat online and verify what time they close, right? Because my weekends are always busy. It's always busy. So I'm not going to be able to do it on the weekend. I'll have to do it through the week. So, yeah. Because that was one of the things I was thinking about. I was like, oh, you could have, you didn't do anything today. You didn't work on your projects. You didn't start, the weight training that you were saying that you were going to start. Um, you didn't do anything. You didn't take any walks outside. You didn't do anything, right? It will always benefit you to even just get out for 10 minutes, right? Because once you step outside, it's like boom, you know, you're hitting reality. When you stay in the house, you know, you're not you're not you're not excluded from reality. However, you know, you've created, well, I've created my own environment in the house. Right? So I'm soaking some more beans because I ate the last of my beans. So I'm soaking some more beans that I'm going to cook overnight that I'll have. Uh, Beans have been, like it's been my go-to staple in my diet. They provide me, you know, uh, healthy carbs, because I crave carbs. A lot of times I crave carbs, and I have to, have, a healthy, you know, uh, a healthy, you know, I had to have healthy food, you know, prepared. You can't just, say, you're going to have the best of beans if you're trying to cook beans in an hour, right? My beans taste the best when they're baked overnight. hmm And that's how I've gotten accustomed, to baking my beans, is baking them overnight. And they're so good. They're so flavorful. Um, and I could have cravings or I could feel weak. And if I eat some beans, boom, within 20 minutes to a half an hour, I'm feeling satiated, revitalized. You know, Sometimes I don't even feel that when I'm eating nuts because it's also warm and, you know, it sticks. It sticks to it's heavy enough to make you feel like, you know, and it has starch, and yeah, it's just, you know, it's better than it's better than ice cream. Now, I've been talking about, you know, how I'm having cravings. I'm having cravings where I want to, you know, jump off of my diet, but I'm not going to do that. Once I get my clothes out of the dryer in about another 5 minutes or so, you know, I'm going to go back home, and then I'm going to add protein mix to my Greek yogurt, add some granola or some protein flakes, um, and that will be, you know, my meal, or my meal slash dessert for uh, tonight, right? Because believe me, you know, part of me wants to go to 7-Eleven and buy me something. You know, I don't even know what it is I want, but it's like I'm drawing. I got this draw. Well, you can go to 7-Eleven, or you can go to Sonic's, or, you know, or you can, you know, treat yourself to ice cream at Brahms. And I'm really having a tug of war. It's a struggle, right? Because that has always been, you know, my motivation was food. And that's why I'm an emotional eater. So if I'm feeling reluctant to do anything, I eat. If I'm feeling bored, I eat. You know, if I'm feeling sad, I eat. If, you know, it goes on and on and on. It just goes on. You name the emotions, you know, I'm going to eat. You know, sometimes even some people will say, well, if you're working or if you're doing something, doesn't that, you know, stop you from thinking? Not all the time. Right? So I'm also going to have to do a grocery list, you know, because I'm running out of my protein snacks, right? I'm running out of the yogurt, you know, the individual packed yogurt that I was taking to work. Tomorrow, what I need to do is I need to, you know, cook me, you know, some eggs and sausage, you know, for Saturday and Sunday, put them in containers so that, you know, I'll have that prepared. You know, there's nothing like having your own prepared food where you know what's in the food, you know the nutritional value of that food, you're conscientious about it, you know it's fresh, you know. Sure, you can stop and get, you know, a taco, and, you know, but if you prepare your own food, and you know that you have enough carbs, you know, in the protein that you're eating, then you don't have to worry about eating someplace that's going to give you additional carbs because of a tortilla, you know. So, and a lot of times, you know, when we eat out, especially me, when I eat out, most of the stuff that I buy, I don't really like the taste. So I'm doctoring it. I gotta doctor it up, or it's just not satisfying, and I'll end up, you know, going for quantity instead of quality. Let me go in here and see if my clothes are ready. So I was able to enjoy a lazy day and a productive night, right? And it's still early. It's only 20 minutes after 9, and I got the wash done. So it doesn't matter what the temperature is tomorrow, because whatever it is, I don't have to worry about doing the laundry, because the laundry's been done. Now, like I said, I know I have enough clothes where, if I didn't do the laundry, can I still go to work with clean clothes? Yeah, I could. It's just, I will have missed a whole day of not being productive. Not sticking to, my plan to at least do something productive every day. And yeah, we could overgeneralize that, fixing something to eat and washing the dishes and feeding the dog, and that's productive. But I don't want to get in a habit of undermining what being productive actually means, right? We want being productive meaning that you did some work, right? And if we keep it in our minds that it's not just men, if you don't work, you don't eat, then you shouldn't have no problem at all, saying, oh yeah, I haven't done no work, so shit, this might be a fasting day. I don't think I can think that way at all, but sometimes I can. I've been trying my best to stay away from negative videos, because they have a lot of negative videos on YouTube. And even though, I can still operate, off of, chaos, very well. It's just, we need to train ourselves a little bit differently, right? To also operate when there is no chaos. We can still operate even though no chaos is présente. Okay? So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good now. I have a plan as far as quenching my my cravings. I got my laundry done. I took my dog for a short, small walk. I recorded a video. That's very productive. That's very productive in my book. Hold on.